Hi everyone, and welcome to my table. I look forward to sharing with you today as we look at the sixth commandment. Deuteronomy chapter 5 verse 16 says, "You shall not murder," and that is the commandment we're looking at today. The more we look at these commandments, the more I find myself thinking, well, this is a really easy commandment. I don't have any trouble obeying that. But the more I think those things, I also find myself wanting to dig a little bit deeper. I can't be so quick to dismiss these commandments. One of the reasons that I dig deeper is that I've really always been a firm believer that when I find myself pointing out another person's sin or judging someone else, that I should stop and reflect on my own life in that area. And I apply that to how I read scripture too. If I find myself thinking, this is too easy, or why couldn't those people in the Bible figure that out? I have to stop and slow down and look at my life in that particular area. I believe Jesus says something about that, removing the log out of your own eye before taking the speck out of your brother's eye, right? So as I reflect on the fact that I've never murdered anyone, I'm reminded of Jesus' words that are recorded in the 5th chapter of Matthew. Here, Jesus says, "You have heard that it was said to those of ancient times, 'You shall not murder, and whoever murders shall be liable to judgment.' But I say to you, if you are angry with a brother or sister, you will be liable to the council, and if you say, 'You fool,' you will be liable to the hell of fire." I especially appreciate how the end of this passage is worded and translated in Eugene Peterson's The Message. There, the very end of these verses is translated as, "The simple moral fact is that words kill." We know that words can tear people down. Words can sink deep into a person's being and cause harm that we can't even begin to imagine. And we see this today on a really large scale with our youth and young adults and social media. Young people are suffering greatly in their mental health, and suicide rates are really up among young people, as other people use their words and posts and messages and social media platforms to embarrass, harass, and beat down one another. Again, the simple moral fact is that words kill. What we say matters. Let me say that again. What we say matters. It matters greatly. I can think of many times in my own life where a repeated statement over and over again that I heard from someone I loved and trusted became a truth that I believed about myself. Some of those were really good truths that were actually true, and some were not good things that weren't actually true. And I can also think of times when a stranger quickly said something in passing and their unnecessary comment really stuck with me. And again, some of them were really great, wonderful compliments, and some of them were not so nice comments that were said. Because I can recall these times in my own life, and especially those times when the words made me feel unworthy or less than or not good, I try to be really mindful about how I use my words with other people. But even then, I know there are times when my words are very unkind. In our family lives, we can practice together how we use our words. Within our family and with those we live with, it is easy to step on each other's toes, to get frustrated and angry with one another. And in these moments, we have really great opportunities to practice how we use our words. And these tense moments, we can be careful to not use our words to destroy or to tear down. And we can practice with those closest to us on improving those skills so that when we're around strangers, we are more careful with our words. So if we practice a lot in our family, then when someone skips in line at an amusement park or really lacks customer service skills, even though they're in a customer service industry, or they cut us off in traffic, or they upset us at work or school, we will be better prepared to obey the command, "Thou shalt not murder," and keep the spirit of the law, the spirit of love, by not tearing down others. During the Advent and Christmas seasons, it is a very stressful time for many people, in fact, probably most people. And we will find an abundance of opportunities to live out this commandment so that we can use our words to build one another up. With a little practice and a lot of praying and helping one another out in our families and within our church, we will be able to use our words to help others experience Emmanuel, God with us and God with them. I pray that God will be with you this week as you are more mindful about how you use your words so that you do not murder. And I look forward to seeing you next time around the table.